Welcome to the show, Annabel Personeni. You are a French multilingual musical entrepreneur, performer, and podcast host, using music as a bridge between cultures, generations, and communities, bringing people together through interactive sing along shows and weekly open mics. You've taken your ukulele and voice around the world, from performing songs by Edith Piaf in Argentina. Whenever you travel, you learn a song in the local language, which is quite unique. Thank you so much for joining us on the show, and please do tell us more.
Hi, Tom. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here today. And you just described what I do very well. So currently, I'm in Tenerife. I'm on holiday, but I'm never
Yeah.
quite able to take a holiday off music. So I'm still performing here in Tenerife. I performed recently at a local restaurant and I got all of the people to sing along with me. And I'm really lucky to be in Tenerife because they speak Spanish, so I can use my cultural, like everything I learned when I was in Mexico and in Peru and in Argentina, I can actually use here in Tenerife as well.
Mm,
So a lot of the songs
Yeah.
I sang were from my mariachi days because I used to sing with the mariachi band.
wow.
And so I got
Yeah.
everyone to sing with me around the goat, because they eat a lot of goat there. And I'm actually also doing a podcast myself tomorrow with one of their local bands that they
Wow.
have, and
Okay.
it's a band called Grupo Añate, and it's 67 years old, and they have like all the island people are in this band, and it's really special. I saw them
Great.
perform live, so I'm very excited.
Wow. Tell us about your journey.
Well, I started singing when I was in high school in California. I actually lived in the US for a while, like 5 years, and I learned how to sing in a choir. So that was my real training as a singer. And I think it's the best way to learn because you have to listen to each other and to learn how to harmonize. So I'm very lucky to have had that sort of background as a young teenager. But my current journey, which is the one that I'm in with my ukulele and as a solo artist, but also a person who just loves to travel and to share music around the world, is that only started during COVID. So about 4 years ago, I started learning the ukulele myself,
Right.
Yeah.
and then I traveled to Latin America, as you know, and currently I'm based in Switzerland, and I've been working there, and I've been trying to revive and really turn on the musical scene there because it's quite different culturally there. People are much more reserved and
Mm,
much less
Mm.
extroverted than in the previous countries I've played in, like Latin America. And so this is actually what pushed me to create a podcast and to create open mics every week, because then this is how I can actually engage people much more than if I was just playing, which is what I used to do when I was in
mm,
Argentina or Mexico.
yeah.
Yeah. How much do you love music?
Oh, I love music so much. I mean, for me, it's really become much more important in my life now because I do it full time. Like I'm a full-time solo artist, and I earn my living with it. So it's like it's completely taken over my life now.
Yeah.
But I've always loved music. I've always loved it. When I was in choir, that's when I started loving it. I also even performed in a musical when I was younger, and that was very special too. Like this whole
Yeah.
sharing with an audience and connecting with your audience through music, to me, is magical, and I think it never gets old. So this is why I keep doing it. It's also why I learned languages in other languages that I don't speak, is because I think you just connect so much deeper with people when you show that you've made an effort to learn a song in their language. And then
Mm,
since music is the universal language as well, then you're totally in
Yeah.
once
Yeah.
you do
Yeah.
that.
definitely.
Right. Tom?
Tell us a little bit about your podcast, the Annabelization podcast, I believe it's called. Firstly, sort of what sort of things you kind of do on there, and also how can people go off and take a listen?
Yeah, sure. So the Annabelization podcast is I created it about 6 months ago, so it's quite new still. But I've been really avid at creating episodes. I almost create them weekly, so I'm very active in that regards.
Mm,
And I created it initially really because I was feeling very isolated from the music scene in Zurich, in Switzerland, where I live. And I found it really hard to connect with musicians. So by creating this podcast, it gave me a platform to actually engage people and give them a real reason to meet me and to connect with me and tell them my story, tell me their story.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but the podcast is really interesting because we talk about how their culture, or their travels or their experience with different music types and different music cultures has influenced their musical identity today. So we talk about really how are these different cultures shaping them. And then we talk about how they use music in their life as a tool, whether it be to help themselves, heal some trauma that they've had, or you get a lot of different ways that people are using music, which I didn't realize. And I've learned a lot through my podcast, which is super nice. But so, yeah, I decided to create this podcast so that I could explore two topics I'm really passionate about, which is this whole concept of different cultures and how does that impact music, and then also how do really people interact with music beyond just listening to it, enjoying it, dancing it, which is kind of the surface level.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you can listen to it on YouTube and you can listen to it on Spotify. Yeah, you'll find it with such a name, Annabelization. It sounds like a movement.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Well, that's what we're doing here. That's exactly what we do.
That's it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, where are you originally from?
Originally, I'm French, so I was born in France, but I sound sort of British because my mum is English. And then, as you know, I've also lived in the US and I lived in Scotland and I've been traveling a lot. So, sometimes I like to say I'm a citizen of the world.
Yeah.
So now you're working with the ukulele.
Yes. Yeah.
You're gonna need to go to her. You're gonna need to go to Maui.
Yeah, it's true. It's in my plans. I will go to Hawaii for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because
I've already been, but I went when I didn't have the ukulele. But you'd be surprised at how well received this instrument is everywhere. And people sometimes mistake it for other instruments like the cuatro or the charango, or here in Tenerife they think it's a timple, which is their local instrument. But but then I always explain to them it's a ukulele, and then they remember at the end because I sing them a song.
I'd like to know if you can even answer it. Ukulele is a bit of a niche instrument, as it were. What made you choose the ukulele as a go-to instrument for you that you've taken? Is it down to sort of portability, the fact that it's quite a small thing to carry around, or was there anything particular that made you go for the ukulele as an instrument?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I mean, actually, when I started learning an instrument, I wanted to learn guitar because I think it's such a deep instrument and you can do everything with it. But
Yeah.
I actually started the ukulele because I couldn't learn guitar. I found it too hard. Like it
Okay.
was too big
Yeah.
for me, and the hand positions, I couldn't do them properly. And at the time, it was COVID, and I was in quarantine with a friend who was a musician, and he played guitar. And I wanted him to teach me. But then, since I couldn't, he told me he had a spare ukulele, and he said, but why don't you just try learning the ukulele first? Because maybe this will help you with guitar after.
Mm.
And so that's how I started the uke. But I haven't dropped it and replaced it with a guitar for so many reasons now. For the reason that I love how small and easy it is, so I can
Yeah.
just take it wherever with me, and I just whip it out, and people are like shocked. It's not like, oh, the
Yeah.
big instrument.
Yeah.
And I love it. I think it's unique. I think it's different, and it gives it a bit of it's even more approachable, and it gives it more of a playful twist
Yeah.
that I like. And I've really grown attached to it now. And a lot of people tell me, oh, but you should, play piano, play guitar, because, you can do so much more with it.
Yeah.
But I actually think that for what I do with music, the ukulele is perfect
Yeah,
because
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
the main reason I want to do music is so I can connect with people and discover new cultures through different music styles, and like really get a different perspective, because that's what art, I think music is literally people's essence, you know, especially in countries where you don't get it and you don't speak their language, or you can read about it. But if you really want to understand the essence of people and a culture, or like understand a struggle that they've been through, it's got to check the music, because the music will tell the story.
Definitely.
So
Every time.
I just think it's amazing. It's a real authenticity hack, like connecting with people through music.
Yeah, definitely. Come on then, how many ukuleles do you have? Because anyone I know that plays the ukulele doesn't just have one; they've got like 9 of them. Come on, how many?
I don't have 9. That's a lot. I have 4.
You got 4. Okay. My dad's got a ukulele. He's got a bass uke. Ever played the bass uke? That's an interesting one.
Well, my friend just bought me one, and he promised he would teach me, so I'm so excited.
Oh, wow. Excellent.
Thank you so much for taking the time today to come on our show.
Thank you, Annabel. Really appreciate it.
Tom's going to get all your information so we can keep people in touch with you and our fan club too, okay?
Yeah, thanks.
I started this about 20 years ago. Music for Change. So it's about introducing writers to each other from all over the world to collaborate, but do positive music, right? Because people are tired of bad news. So we're going after, positive lyrical content that heals, educates, and solve problems. And that's why I started this, right? And it's growing. It took a long time because, people are not used to trying to promote positive music. It's just a hard thing for because they're always thinking about some negative or personal experiences, or, I'm in love, or I fell out of love. We're not doing those kind of lyrics.
What I want to do, Annabel, just so that we can promote what you do, if you've got any links or information as to regards to websites, obviously your podcast is on YouTube, but maybe you've got a website or any kind of social media handles, anything like that.
Yeah, I'm going to send that to you now.
Okay, no worries. What I'll do, if you can just tell us what they are as well. And what I'll do is I'll put those links in the description of our video here when we put it out on YouTube for you. You say you're on YouTube. Is it just a matter of sort of searching for your
my name, Annabel Personeni.
Okay, all right.
You'll find my channel.
All right, brilliant.
I mean, I'll share with you my YouTube, my Instagram, and my website.
All right.
And the Spotify for my podcast.
Yeah.
Should I send those to Skyler in Facebook? Is that easy?
I'm going to send you Tom's email so you can send it directly to him.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
That's great. All right, Annabel.
All right. Listen, namaste.
Thank you so much, Annabel. It's really good.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.
Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all get together, music can save the world. Yeah. Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all come together, music can save the world. There's an urgency facing our humanity.
Thank you so much for watching. To stay up to date, please click subscribe and hit the bell. You can also join our group on Facebook and find us on LinkedIn and Instagram.